Alright, who wants to go over what happened last time? Also, my tonsils are swollen, my throat's raw, so I'm gonna limit things that I talk about to what's needed.
Oh man. Hope you feel better soon.
Meh,
Yeah, don't get too wrecked, man.
it is what it is. But shouldn't be a big deal anyways, because the majority of this should be you guys doing what you need to do anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my timetables, so
Thank you. Please, what? Oh, you want some of this? My toe. Oh no. So as far as what happened last time, we were able to gain access to the prison, and we were split up because we got cooks and guards, and then Dan did around, I did around, and Cowboy and Miranda were, I think, on shift as we were going, right?
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, Cowboy and Miranda had to go back to their shift while you
Mm-hmm.
guys were still finishing up quote unquote lunch.
Right. And they rolled really well, and they were like masters of cooking.
Yeah, no, people seem to be happy with them.
If I have any background feed, let me know and I'll change my sensitivity.
So if I remember correctly, it should be moving back to Dan and Mary.
I'm having trouble just loading in the things right now. Like, I can't get to my character sheet.
That and Cowboy learned some stuff about his religion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. I feel like it was pretty big. You knew nothing before, you know a
Yeah.
lot now.
Really good.
Yeah, we in the kitchen.
Yeah, I can't load in the map properly. Like, it's grainy, but I'm here. Worst case, Jeremy's gonna have to move me around.
I say the map usually loads up grainy for me, but after a minute it loads
No,
in
I mean, like,
properly.
seriously grainy.
Okay.
I'm just saying
You
that's
could just
worst
say
case.
it through
It's probably
Discord.
mistake, right?
It makes it easier.
No. I'll be fine.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Who's talking to me?
My life.
Touching ships.
Brutus. Oh Lord. Stop with the whining, please.
Why is that not showing up?
Hmm.
Brutus, lay down. Lay down. Get out of my face. Lay down, please. This is what happens with Pipples, man. Like, he wants to, like, be touching at all times. It's crazy.
Maybe he thinks you're pretty.
Hold on. Hey! Why did you do that? You don't hit him, okay? See, look, now you've upset him. Goodness gracious.
Okay, why the hell it's not working?
What, bub? Oh my god. Okay, the rest is mine. Back off. I shouldn't have gotten this out in front of her. Oh my god. Back up. The rest is mine. Hold on. I have to show you guys what I'm dealing with right now. Gwendolyn. What? So there's this going on over my shoulder right now because she wants my Italian ice.
Hard kid.
And then there's Mr. Brutus.
You know I define victory as having ice cream, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. But the rest is mine. You get one more bite. Here. That's it. Now go away. Okay, go away.
Alright, so we're gonna start with Dan and Mary since
Okay.
Cowboy and Miranda went back to work, and I'm pretty sure we ended the last 20 minutes on their side.
I don't remember the last thing my character did. I seem to recall something about stuffing my face and being oblivious to everything around me.
Yes, I do recall. Because it was some really, really good food.
Also, I failed my my roll, which is nothing new.
Your perception?
Yeah.
Alright. You guys, or you two, time starts to finish out your lunch.
No. Ew. Get that out of your mouth.
So it will be, because they had to go back to work, you guys still have your time on lunch since their shift started. So you guys have a few minutes before you have to go back to your own stuff. Starting now.
Okay.
Are we like we're over to the side here, right? Like we're a little bit separate from the rest. Great
You're
call.
right where you were.
Yeah, but like we can talk quietly and just, probably not be overheard.
Yeah, based off of the last session, everybody seems kind of like in their own conversations, not really. It's a little boisterous in the hall, so they're not really paying much attention to us.
Yeah. So I'm not finding any weaknesses with the prison at all.
I didn't notice any myself.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, at least one of us should try to either get promoted, and if that doesn't, like, just to a different post to get a little bit more overview or different route,
Okay.
or failing that, get really like halfway shit canned. Because even if it's a bad detail, it'll give us a reason to be other places.
Mm-hmm.
Because as far as I understood, you and me have the same patrol route.
Essentially.
Like, unless we want to pool resources and hit something just as hard as we can, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Mm.
I don't think we can fight off the company of guards here. Like, we gotta get away to get a look at the 13th cell and figure out what we're supposed to get from him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really got so far, but I'm not seeing anything. Like, none of the guards really stand out. There's no like warden with a drinking habit or gambling problem. There's just nothing.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who we could try for first as far as like gaining more authority or what have you. But I feel like if we play our cards right, it could happen in relative short order.
Yeah, I could try to put on some sort of spectacle. I don't know, anything from juggling to figuring out this really neat trick I do with well, it doesn't really matter, but I'm sure I'm sure it'd be entertaining enough to captivate the majority of the guards for like at least 10 minutes.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm always down for a good spectacle.
Oh, I bet you are. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can manage to start patrolling inside the inner area.
Mhm.
I think you should do the same.
I agree.
Maybe one.
I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to that at all.
Yeah. Well, do you want to get to it, or do you have any insight? Any ideas? Molars?
I'll see what I can do about talking to the captain.
Uh-huh.
Because if we do it as like a increased security type thing, if we bring it to the attention of the captain, I'm pretty sure they might go for it.
Well, I'm pretty sure they already patrol in there. It's just a matter of who's on that patrol.
Mm.
I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad idea, but if we start talking about the security of the prison, that might set off a few bells.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, for now, I'm kind of just in a holding pattern, so
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep trying to slowly,
As you
like,
guys are
just find
talking,
something.
somebody comes in and starts to let you know that lunch is over. You all need to head back to your posts.
All right. Well, here goes. Guess we'll talk on
Yeah,
that
I think,
next break.
yeah, I I start to move back to my post or my dormitory or whatever you want to call it.
Hold on, Mama's busy right now. Same. I'll head back over to the guard position I started at. Um. So once mealtime is over, um, this is just a general question. Um, is it like back to my shift or Dan's shift?
We'll be
Or
getting into that in just a second.
okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, get your brush. Okay, hop down. Do you need help?
Uh, so I asked one of the other guards, since nothing else seems to be happening, because there's a few there, if they like how the rotations work. Like, are we just patrolling like the same guys patrolling the same thing throughout the thing, or does it change like on a weekly or daily or yearly basis, or like what's up?
He kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, haven't you ran your patrol already?" He goes, "I'm pretty sure I've walked with you a couple times." He goes, "We patrol each of the inmate cells, and we hit the courtyard and stuff." He goes, "Were you not paying attention?"
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was a different path we were supposed to be walking at sometimes, or if it's just the same
He kind of looks at you
day
and
in
goes,
and
"Well,
day
we
out.
go out and we go left, or we can go right." And he goes, "Usually we inspect every other cell on our way around."
All right, I think I gotcha. Oh,
So he's just kind of giving off the vibe that, as far as he knows, this is, his job, his patrol, and that's all he
this
knows
is his entire world.
currently.
Well, on my next patrol, I want to try a few things, but I don't know when that is.
I need both of you to roll a d20, the odds and evens.
Oh.
I am even.
Sorry, you said 6 or
D20.
Odds
20?
and even.
D20 odds and evens.
Okay. I got an even.
Kill. 1 second.
You want the toys?
All right. So with that, I'm gonna move these two back over. With that, a few other guards kind of make their way into both of your guys' area, and they tell you that, you're relieved for the time being. Shift change.
Oh, okay.
I'm not clear. I thought this was the dormitory and the
No,
barrack.
that is
Oh,
the
okay.
that is the guard tower, or the what's it called?
Yeah. Yeah.
1 second. R3.
No, I get it. It's just two different guard rooms. I keep forgetting to scroll all the way down.
Yeah, you guys are in guard rooms, which is where you do your patrols from. So you and a few of the other
Yeah.
guards make your way to the barracks, which is the bottom left of the map, by the way.
I see it.
Huh?
Come on, kiddo. Okay, come on. Gwendolyn, baby, come on. Out of the bathroom.
Um, are there anybody else around here?
Any other guards present?
Yeah, give me a second.
Come on. Gwendolyn, move your butt. Come on.
Yeah, so when the prison isn't on high alert, which you guys are not, there are usually around 50 guards that sleep in these bunks.
50. Jeez.
Uh-huh.
The guards keep their armor and weapons within easy reach. They keep other belongings in unlocked footlockers tucked underneath their beds. So we'll say there's 48, including you two.
Okay.
No. Out.
And you can see a few of them sleeping. You can see a few of them, Some are going in and out. Some, you'd assume probably heading down to the mess hall or something like that. But
Um, I'm gonna make my way to the privy. I forget where that is.
I'm
The
assuming
shitter.
you mean bathroom.
Yeah.
Our that is all the way over there.
It doesn't really matter to me right now as long as I make it there like without any major incident.
That is all the way over here.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna move over there. I'm gonna check that I'm alone.
Well, what you're going to do is go back down the 100 feet of stairs,
Yeah.
and you're going to end up here in the middle.
Okay. Now I'm confused. Yeah.
Give me a
Hold
second.
on. I thought the middle room was prisoner 13 cell, but I must have been.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I see where it is. I get it.
I hate trying to do this on my phone.
Okay, so the stairs that you just came down, that where you come out of right here, is what is called the surveillance hub.
Okay. May I proceed toward my current objective without major incident or incident at all, or
No, I need to know the route you're taking.
just the most direct route, the most natural route? I'm figuring
So I
like
assume it's going to
over
be,
to the
over this way.
yeah.
Okay, I need you to roll. Where is the table? A D20.
19.
Nice.
Well, I don't think it matters for anything yet.
Nah, still. Good roll.
Yeah.
So with that, you're able to make your way into the privy without issue so far.
Am I alone? Or do I believe I'm alone? Do you want a perception check?
No, the privy is, it says once per day, usually in the morning. Prisoners carry out buckets outside the prison and dispose of the waste. So I'd say since you guys just had lunch, you're technically alone in that room.
Well, pop goes the pocket dimension then.
Let me just check one thing. Yep. For all intents and purposes, you are alone.
Okay. Well, I am going to, well, firstly take a dump, so I don't have to go back there later. Then I'm gonna summon the Quasit from the pocket dimension he's in. And I'm gonna tell him to become a centipede. Because as far as I saw, it just said centipede and not giant centipede. And I'm gonna tell him to scout things out and then return back to me sometime later without arousing any suspicion. I mean, he's gonna try at least. And
And
also,
where are you gonna have him doing that at?
he's a centipede.
I know. Where are you gonna have him?
Like as much of the prison as possible, but he can't go more than what, 100 feet or two from me, right?
He can't go more than 100 from you.
Okay. Change the plans. I'm gonna like put him. I'm not wearing a coat, right? It's just like a normal uniform.
You're wearing a guard's uniform.
Yeah, but I don't know what that looks like.
Hold on, let me pause time. I mean, I'd say if you're able to see what the other guards look like, take that into.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna zoom
Here,
in
hold
like
on.
200 times. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just gonna hold him in my hand after he becomes a centipede.
There you go.
And at some point, like, I don't know, around here, around like here or so, I'm gonna just like try to attach him to the, no, sorry, here, because I'm not going down there. I'm gonna try to attach him to the wall, and then I'm gonna walk up the stairs and do normal shit, and hopefully he'll recon out and give me a feedback later. It's worth a try, right?
I
Well,
will let you know that if you go back up to the barracks, the staircase itself is 100 feet.
It's 100 feet.
It's a very tall tower.
It is.
Can you easily reach the top of the staircase or the roof near it?
What do you mean?
Could I attach him to the ceiling without like jumping around like a crazy person or whatever? Like, could I just reach up and put him there?
20-foot high ceilings throughout.
Okay, fuck that. I abort the plan. I get him back into the pocket dimension and I walk back to the tower the same route I came. And I lay down on the bed.
So as you make your way back into a patrol area, I need you to roll another d20.
This is not gonna be good.
It is not. Okay. Well, on a 1, they actually have this written out in here, so it's not even failing the DC, that's just ultimately failing the DC.
Oh gosh.
I still can't understand why it would arouse suspicion that somebody went from the barracks to the toilet and back again 5 minutes later.
because you're in a patrol route that's not a patrol route that you're not on duty for.
There's no way to get to it. Like, are you supposed to just ignore being on patrol and go and take it on?
I'm gonna say that you misunderstand what the privy is.
The privy.
Is just the room that has all the buckets from like the prison, like every room, it just
Okay.
contains all the buckets from everybody that's used the buckets.
Well, I think we might have had a misunderstanding earlier. I mean, we might as well go with it since dice have been rolled. But like I said privy, you said I think you mean toilets or something to that effect, and I said yes. But like it doesn't matter. Let's just go with it.
Okay. With that being the case, so you are going to encounter a patrol.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have one round of action. And you get to choose how you're gonna react. I'll read this out just so that way, because it really is. So one is it says ask the player how the character's gonna react. You get one round of action. Um, you can pretty much do whatever you see fit. So use your environment to your advantage. You know what the patrol routes are, stuff like that.
They've already seen me, right?
Um,
Or is it like shit? They're around the corner.
it says on a one, sorry, on a one, the characters encounter a patrol.
Okay, so
I think
hiding from them is not an option, is what you're saying.
The characters, well, that's why I'm going to read this so that way it makes sense. So it says on a one, characters encounter a patrol. Ask players how the characters react, give them one round of action. The character can try to slip away if there is a nearby exit or corner to duck around by making a dexterity check. Or try to blend in by making a charisma check. Since you're by yourself, it won't be group based.
Well,
Each check is made against the DC set by the current suspicion level. On a failure, the patrol notices the characters who must account for their presence.
this might be a little bit metagaming, but is it? Am I gonna get a negative modifier for being alone?
No, there's no
To
like
charisma.
negative
Okay.
modifier.
Okay.
It's just going to be instead of if like you both had gone together, you guys could have done a group, but
Yeah.
to like,
Well,
you guys could have played it off like, you guys are, you know, doing something together,
yeah.
something like that, but
Yeah.
and then it continues. If the character tries to talk their way past the patrol, have one of the characters make a charisma check using deception, intimidation, or persuasion. Use any of the three. Depending on their story against the DC that's set by the suspicion level, if other characters support the story, the check is made with advantage. That's the only time that you would get advantages or anything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to bullshit my way out of it by
On a
being
success,
very
the patrol lets
persuasive.
them go. On a failure, the patrol escorts the characters to the guard room where the guards interrogate the characters.
Oh,
So I'll give you that much info.
yeah. I'm gonna try to persuade my way out of it. I will roll for it now. I believe that is massively successful.
It beats the current DC. So yeah, spin your tail.
Uh,
The guards, catch you wandering through, and they go, you're not on duty. We just switched shifts. What are you doing down here?
I give him the like big, uh, a big smiling grin, and there's a glint in Graham's eye, and he just goes like, "You know what? They told me this was the best place to take a shit, but there's a bunch of buckets in there." And then I just start laughing.
The guards kind of look at you and go, you went halfway across the entire thing just to go take a shit where the
No one.
prisoners have to go and empty everything out? That's hilarious.
Well, it's gonna be more hilarious when I find the guy who told me to go all the way over here. And I flash a wicked smile and just like start to walk past them.
You see the guys look at each other and he goes, well, I hope I'm not the one who has to take the prisoners in there with fresh shit. That's for whoever tomorrow morning's job is. And they go, well, make sure to get back to the barracks. Don't get caught.
Uh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And then I just hurry along.
Okay. So you make it to the center point, and then you're back inside. Currently, you are back inside the surveillance hub again.
Is it manned right now?
Yeah. So, want to roll a percept or you can roll investigation, perception, however you want to look at it. But there are people in here.
Yeah. I'm gonna try for perception to get like a better layout of it and see if there's anything that looks interesting enough to investigate later on.
Sure. So with that, you see a console. Uh, big old table with a console. Resembles a desk with a slanted top and is bolted to the floor. It's a
Uh,
large object.
one
What?
more time, what was it?
A console.
Okay.
So it's
As
a big
in,
desk. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a big desk with a bunch of,
console as in 1800s, not console as in 2023.
correct.
Yeah.
Uh, it has 24 switches on the console, which, as far as you can tell, look like some of them, it's been there for a while, but some marked, some not. But it looks like it controls the prison cells.
Yep.
There's a brass dial on the console that says lights, and then you can also see there's a horn-looking device that with the 19 you can pretty much make out. It looks like a loudspeaker.
All right.
Well, that's what you get.
Yep. Well, I think I'm pretty much in double time for my 20 minutes, so I just want to make my way up the stairs and chillax where I'm not conspicuous.
Okay, you make your way back to the barracks.
Where Perilla has promptly fallen asleep.
At lunchtime? Oh, I guess, yeah.
Food
Well,
coma. No, I'm
I was
joking.
gonna say technically, this was your downtime.
Yeah. Sorry for taking so long.
Oh,
But yeah.
don't even stress.
There's still about 8 minutes left. I paused during things that I had to go and look at and stuff. So
Yeah,
And
no
again,
worries.
actions, like the action stuff, those count as like regular, like, uh, uh, shit, what's it called? When you roll initiation, those actions start a different
Initiative.
time frame. Initiation,
Mm-hmm.
initiative, whatever.
Right.
So those start a different time frame because those are played out just like an initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's still time left.
Okay.
I desperately do not want to use it.
Okay. Um. Well, hey, Brigham. Have a nice ship.
Yeah, it was illuminating. You,
Uh.
you
Go
know,
ahead.
sometimes when you think you're dying right,
Mm.
and then you're in so much pain that the light of the universe reveals itself. You know those times? Well, it was nothing like that.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you weren't in pain.
For the moment, and I just like snuggle up under the blanket or just lay down on it.
Oh, we're snuggling.
Leave me alone. I had a horrible experience with a bucket.
Oh. I'll just kind of like pat his head and like, there.
I
Hmm. Because like in downtime, there's not really a whole lot to do.
I mean, downtime is, however you see fit.
True. Um. Let me see. Um. I'll um. I'll just kind of like relax for a little while and try to keep my energy up. Having just eaten, I don't want to overdo anything. I don't like being active right after food.
Uh, real quick, both of you roll a perception check.
Okay.
Well,
I got 6.
With the 12 at least, you would notice that the staircase that you just came up, um, it goes higher, but the only spot that you've been taken to is the barracks since you've been here, so you always stop at this level.
Mm-hmm.
nice.
All right, and your guys' time comes to an end.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move back over to Cowboy and Miranda.
We're cooking up a storm.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you guys were in the midst of making the food for. You guys were taking all the scraps and making the food for the prisoners.
What?
Your guys' time has started.
Oh, okay. Mm.
You're muted.
Come on.
Can't hear anything.
Dooby-doo. Okay, that's working.
No, not you, Miranda.
Okay.
I heard something that time.
that better?
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna continue making the inmate food and ask if there's any more prep work or anything we need to do for guards, Jimmy.
No, I'll be right back, but please go on.
We will.
I'll walk over
As
to
you
the.
guys,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I
Nope,
was
you
just
go.
saying. I was just saying, as I'm doing stuff, I just walk over to the chef and ask him how much time we get before we have to serve the prisoners.
Uh, so to answer both of those, he says that once you guys finish making it, he goes, there are guards that'll come in and uh take food to the prisoners.
Joey's like serve the bowls of soup up to the guards or get them prepped out on the counter or anything.
No, you guys make it in like one big old, we'll call it cauldron, and they just kind of wheel it out and like slop, just sit there and serve each one of them. With that, as you guys kind of get towards the end of it, he tells you that your guys' shift is up and to swap out.
Yeah, Roger.
As you guys see, like a couple of other cooks come out, start, taking over.
So I guess
You guys kind of just make your way back into the little bunk area, whatever you want to call it, and now you guys are kind of on your downtime.
We the only ones in there, or there's two of them, two more in there.
Nope, there's always going to be, technically, there's always going to be quote unquote four at a time.
Yeah. Okay.
But since you guys just came off your shift, you guys will go through two rotations before. So the two that just went out, then you guys will have the two that are still in here, and then it'll go back to your guys's. So you guys have a
So
bit
does
of
that make us
downtime.
lunch service every day then?
Uh, Rotations change every day.
Okay. go explore the map and get my bed made up or anything like that.
Say that one more time.
I'm gonna go to our bed area and kind of find my bunk and make my bed and shit.
You shouldn't shit. You run into patrols. I think I just proved that.
Well, you know, there's a little off room with a bucket in it.
I'll go over to one of the cooks and just try to strike up a little conversation with him.
Go for it.
How
One of
long
them's awake, one of them's asleep.
one's asleep? Okay. So where are we restricted to? What areas?
He looks at you and he goes, well, I'm not really sure. He goes, I was with you on the boat. He goes, weren't you there for the orientation?
Yeah, but I just kind of forgot what areas we were allowed to go to. I just
He goes, well, I really wasn't told areas I couldn't go to. He goes, I was told I was supposed to stay in the kitchen area and, you know, work in here.
alright.
I'll pause time for a second. So think of it like this, you know, you guys came in on a new shift and you guys were thrown in, you know, you got the captain for the guards who basically sits there and, you know, takes head of the guards and stuff, and you got the head chef who takes care of the um you know, the cooks and everything. And you guys are the new bunch that are being, you know, quote unquote trained up through here. So time resume.
Alright. I'm gonna take a chance and probably gonna get in trouble, but I'm gonna take a chance on something.
What's that?
I'm gonna see if I can just kind of walk out and go to the open courtyard.
I need you to roll a d20 since you would be making your way through a patrol area. Cool. Yeah. So with that, you know, you make it out into the courtyard.
Okay.
And what you see is, you know, I think I read this one out before, but I'll read it out again. The courtyard's paved with flagstones, which are covered with drifting snow. When the weather allows, prisoners are brought out here individually or in small groups for fresh air and exercise. They are watched closely by the guards on the ground as well as guards in the corner tower. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
And right now it is -4 degrees outside. -15 Celsius.
Oh, damn it. Closed out the wrong damn tab. Or did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, since it's that cold, I'm not going to stay out there that long. I just want to stretch my legs outside for a minute.
Okay. Roll another d20. All right. So with sorry, with that, um, as you kind of make your way out, you can hear footsteps coming from behind you, as you can hear a patrol coming around.
Which side? Behind me? Or
You have one
no?
action currently, so if you want to use that to make a perception check, you can, or do you want me to read out how that works again, or
No.
okay, I'm just making sure.
I'll roll a perception just to see.
Yep, you can tell they're coming up from behind you, and as you roll your perception check, you were encountered by the guards.
Alright. Good day, gentlemen.
So with that, you could do deception, intimidation, or persuasion as you try to talk your way out of the situation. And then depending on your story set against the DC, we'll see what happens.
I ain't really good at either one of them right now, but
All right, spin your tail.
I walk back in, kind of brushing the snow off of me, and just kind of look up and go, damn, it's cold out there.
As the guards look at you and go, "What were you doing out in the courtyard?"
Just getting some fresh air. Been in the kitchen cooking. Got a little hot. Wanted to cool down before I crawl back in my bed.
They look at you and go, "Well, hell, it probably gets pretty hot in there cooking for everybody."
It does. It does.
I go, "Well, why don't you make your way back to where you need to be?"
Yes, sir. Not a problem.
As they kind of they kind of poke their heads out into the courtyard as part of their patrol.
Come back down. Go back in. Go back to my bed. Still both one asleep, one awake.
Mm, nope, they are both asleep.
Both asleep. Okay.
And the last I knew, Pato was making her bed, but that was 5 minutes ago. So
Mm-hmm.
I was making my bed and getting things rounded around. I think I'm gonna go sit in the mess hall for now.
you're gonna go to the mess hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our bunk room's that big room in the little triangle area at the bottom.
The one underneath you guys is the mess
Yeah.
hall.
Okay. I was just making sure that's where I'm at.
So out of that big triangle, you're at the bottom portion of it.
Okay.
So I'll follow her in.
Oh, my bad.
That's fine.
Okay.
How many guards and other cooks are in here?
There's still, there's guards that are coming in and out for different things. There's probably still about 4 men there. The other two cooks are asleep, and the other two are cooking. So
So like sitting somewhere isolated so we can kind of formulate everything, Cowboy.
you guys are sitting more towards the other side. So you got like the wide ass table. You guys are all the way on that side, and the guards are all the way on this side.
I asked Cowboy what his interaction was in the courtyard and everything like that.
Wasn't a whole lot. The guards walked by and didn't condemn me, but wasn't real happy with me being out there.
Okay.
This is not going to be easy.
I would
I
also
think if
like to
we,
note that you rolled a 2, so
Hmm.
I said I'd also like to note that you rolled a 2, so
Yeah.
That rarely helps. I'm speaking from personal experience.
from the guy that rolled a 1.
Yeah, like I said, personal experience. You would know better.
what are these counselors' offices or chambers at the bottom of that?
Hmm.
The counselors' chambers, like at the bottom of the mess hall?
You need to go potty. Do you want the strawberries?
Don't let it down there.
Okay.
You just know him as the counselor's quarters. So you guys haven't been in there yet. You guys were just told, like, through, like, say, the orientation that those were the counselor's quarters.
Us or the prisoners?
They're for the council members.
Okay. I wasn't sure like what level of counselor they were. That's why I was like asking.
Probably like, why are you talking to me, peasant scum? I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure.
There currently are 3 members of the Absolution Council here.
So those are the jury, basically,
I'll say yes
or
for
the
now.
judges.
There's like a whole thing about that. I'll say yes for now, but I'm gonna go back and read.
So
Alright,
as we're
fire.
sitting here, I'll just be chatting with Cowboy about ideas that we both have to maybe tiptoe around our line of seeing where we have access to or not. So he just tested the courtyard. I think anywhere else that we should probably try and test.
Real quick, because I found it. Members of the Absolution Council gather to weigh the merits of releasing prisoners. So, yeah, basically think of them as the judges or whatever you want to put on that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Um,
anyways.
I believe you also mentioned something about them being lords, like they're people individually, like they're pretty powerful people, pretty influential people. At least that's what I'm remembering.
These rooms are set aside for the Absolution Council, though only 3 rooms are currently in use. The other 7 of the council are absent. So the ward lets visitors use the spare rooms. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that each one, if I'm not mistaken, each one of the 10 council members, sorry, are a lord of an area around that all run the actual prison. So basically, they're a vestige that is sent by each of the um, surrounding nations, we'll call it, or the surrounding areas that are used to. Instead of everybody coming from one area, everybody sends one of their own, so that way that it's more unbiased than just having one area that doesn't like another area. Everybody sends their own representative to, you know, judge and juror at the same time. But anyways, time start. Miranda just asked a question. I'm gonna pause it while you reiterate that.
My question was just to Cowboy to if he feels like we can tiptoe around our line and kind of see where we're allowed and where we're not without raising too much suspicion since he just tried the courtyard. If there was anywhere else that we should maybe try.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
I would like to maybe attempt to gain access to the hospital with, sick, sick, feeling sick or something,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of see
Mm-hmm.
the route to a possible escape.
Okay. Do, 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 do. Trying to think here. Well, if you want to try to do that,
Yeah, I can go and just say, feeling kind of sick, see if they have anything to help me with my nausea, or I can say headache or some shit,
okay.
migraine.
Sound like a winner. See how far we can get,
Uh,
or how far he can get. This over here's a
yeah,
starting room, ain't it?
so I will quietly get up from the table and start my way towards the hospital.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
do I need to roll anything?
Let's see. We'll go through here. So as soon as you get to the first part, you'll need to roll a d20.
$16.
It's my turn.
With that, you're able to make it to the hospital area.
And then I want to do a perception check and just kind of see what's available.
Hold your pants. Good. Hold your pants.
That's an 8.
Am I not seeing?
Does this mean advantage though? Do I roll again? A little green star.
Oh, I'm opening yours on here so that way I can actually see. Yeah, perception you have advantage on.
20. Take that.
R4.
Gwendolyn, shh. What are you doing?
Yeah, so with that perception check, as you walk in, you see that this area contains like a dozen simple, just regular beds. There's cabinets along the north wall that hold medical supplies. And that's about it.
Like nurses, doctor, whatever.
There is currently a guard on duty that has been assigned to the hospital for right now.
Okay, so my interaction with the guard is I'm just looking for something to kind of ease my upset stomach.
That will be a deception check.
21.
Be back in half a minute.
Now you're good. I'm reading through something real quick.
A mango.
Okay. So, what did you say you had going on? Sorry. I had to read through this first.
I'm back.
You see the guy kind of walk over. He walks over to the cabinet, pulls out a couple things, and well, he pulls out a couple things from the cabinet, mixes a couple things together, and he sits there and hands you a small, kind of like a shot glass. And he goes, "Here, take that."
Take it, we say thank you.
Hmm?
I take it, we say thank you.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
15.
Yeah, so with that, with that, you'll take 5 points of damage. And before when you came in, you didn't think that you had, you're coming in to deceive, which worked out pretty good. But after the guy kind of sat there and you see him fumble around, make this little concoction, hand it to you, and now you have painful stomach cramps until, well, currently you just have painful stomach cramps.
He just gave you PMS.
Thank you, Cowboy. I was sitting here thinking the same thing. I just didn't want to say it.
You start to feel a little worse for wear after taking it, and now you're actually feeling sick.
Okay. So on my way back, I'd like to just be extra perceptive since I'm back by that dock entrance kind of area, do a perception roll and see what I see for escape route.
So 2 rolls as you make your way out of the hospital. One will be just regular D20.
5.
You wait. With the 5, you can hear a patrol making its way around. You'll have 1 action to decide what you want to do.
About the patrol.
Mhm.
I'm just
They're
gonna.
they haven't seen you yet, but you can hear them coming.
And I can't tell from which direction they're coming.
You can use your action to make a perception check.
I'll
Or
roll
you can use your
perception.
action to do anything else.
I'll roll a perception check. And then because I have advantage, that's twice. So
No. You'll actually roll that at disadvantage because currently you have stomach cramps.
okay. 22.
And the way it's described is you have painful stomach cramps.
Okay.
So is that both of them? You roll it twice and you take the lower of the 2.
20 is the lower of the 2.
Okay, so you can tell they're coming from the left. And as you are able to tell where they come from, they come up on you. Your action was used to talk to them, or to figure out which way they came from. So now the guards have came up on you and are asking what you're doing. You can use intimidation, deception, or what was the other one? I don't remember. Sorry,
What was it?
I'm going through them right now.
Deception. Persuasion.
Intimidation, persuasion, or deception. Unfortunately, all will be rolled at disadvantage because you have painful stomach cramps.
Painful stomach cramp.
Okay. Well, some of it. I'm gonna go with deception.
Okay, roll it twice. Take the lower of the two.
18.
Spin your tail.
Came here for a upset stomach. Got some meds. Still, my stomach's still upset, so I'm making my way back to my bunk.
With that, the guard looks at you and the guard looks at you and says that you don't look good at all. You should probably go back to the hospital. And they kind of grab onto you and go, you don't look good. We don't need you around the kitchen area at all. And they drag you back into the hospital area.
Okay.
And as they take you in, they look at the guard that's on duty and tells him that, he needs to treat and take care of you. And the guard seems oblivious that he just treated you and starts to make another concoction. And you see him over there kind of taking a few vials, putting stuff together, and he has another shot glass, and he kind of holds it out to you as the other two guards make their way back on their patrol. And he offers you another shot glass looking vial.
How could I take it?
This time you take another 9 points of damage and are poisoned. This guy is not very good at his job.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Do I just have to remember I'm poisoned, or is there something to like mark that?
There is the same thing of exhaustion, like where you can put points of exhaustion up in the top right, like on the main page. You can put there's a poison effect. Should be conditions. Poison. Yep. And that actually ends out the rest of your guys' time during that interaction. So currently you are laid up in the hospital. Which is also going to roll into the switching of shifts. Because it is now the evening time. Also, all guard rotations have been switched to the other side. Everybody is currently off duty that was on duty, and you guys can take a long rest.
I have rested. It was long.
You.
Is that long rest affect my poison condition?
Hmm?
Is that
Long rest should take all that stuff off.
Okay.
You just got lucky at the fact that that was literally happening after your guys' turn, anyways. So I'll move you back there, you guys back in there. You're still in the hospital for now. I need Ryla and Brigham to roll d20s, odds and evens. Mary, are you there? Your mic's muted.
Sorry about that.
I was gonna go into a whole bit.
I was dealing with the kiddo.
No, you're fine.
I got a 3.
Okay, so you guys are on opposite shifts again.
Damn it!
He rolled a 6.
I know, I saw. Oi, stop eating hair.
And as that happens, the captain walks in and says they need somebody for volunteer duty.
Uh,
They need
Is it-
one person for volunteer duty.
with
I'll,
her, you can take it.
okay. I'll lift up my hand and be like, I'll take a volunteer duty, that's fine.
Probably for the best, to be honest. As he goes, okay, and he escorts you out and brings you to the hospital,
Oh boy.
as you are now
Okay.
on volunteer duty for the day in the hospital.
Okay. And that means I can see Miranda's character.
Yeah, there
Wunderbar.
will be an interaction. With it being in the morning, the captain comes back a little bit later as they're getting stuff going. And Dan, I need you to roll a D100.
Boy, we're bringing out the big guns.
I need a percentile.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the D100. There we go. Oh, Dalton! Are we rolling D6s here? Like fuck.
No, you just suck.
Hey, Mary sucked too.
No, we're rolling. Yeah, no, mine are working just fine.
Do I need to roll percentile?
No.
Okay.
Dan,
Gwendolyn,
you're
no.
put back on guard
You
duty,
already have 2.
and the percentile
I'm
check
laying on the
was to
lawn,
see
no
if
problem.
you were going to go with prisoners to go empty out the buckets.
No.
Which, I mean, could have turned out good being able to interact with prisoners, but anyways, we will start the odds and evens. Here, let me just do this. Make it easy. We'll start with Dan.
Now, what can I do you for?
It is starts with you, and your patrol starts now.
I will patrol them if it's my patrol.
Yep. So it'll be you and one other guy from the. You decide you take it, go whichever way you want. There will be one other guard with you like normal. So choose your path. Walk it around.
I'll. And stop me if this is. Can I go here and walk around in a circle, or
No.
am I confined? Okay. Fuck that.
You're.
I'll go left.
I'm gonna
I'll
pause
go
things
left.
real quick. I know. I'm gonna pause things real quick. Remember the map I sent? The blue one
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
shows your patrol route. You're limited to those patrol
I'm
routes. If you
stupid.
go outside of them, then you have to, there. Yes, you can go to the middle.
Yes, I physically can
That's it.
jump off a cliff, but
Yeah. So just there you go.
but didn't he say something about checking every other cell or something? Am I not
Yeah,
supposed
you
to?
guys check every other cell from this side. You can see inside uh, each
Oh,
cell. Like there's a window, let's call it, as you're walking around. So say like there's a window on each one of the cells as you're walking around that and that's why you usually check like every other one because then the other patrol kind of checks, the in-betweens or whatever.
all right. Is it like completely barred, or can you stick your hand in there?
No, it's barred. If you
Like you couldn't pass anything in there.
No, think of it like, squared
Oh,
off, barred, so that way the prisoners can't
like
get to you, you
chicken
can't get to
wire
the
or whatever.
prisoners. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. All right, I'll walk left,
Okay,
and if
start
I
in
get
time again.
to yeah, and if I get to here, like I'm gonna try to plan it so that when we check cells, I'll end up looking in at cell number 13. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like just move myself around, like.
Yeah, you're at about 2 minutes 40 right now on your patrol.
I I'll poke my head in quickly here and check if there's anything going on. Like I'm literally just opening the door and like having a look inside,
Yep.
closing it behind me and moving. And when we, oh no, maybe not in jail, get around here, I believe it was. Check the map. Yeah, I'll check there. Do I see anything like
Perception.
yeah, yeah. Oh. Do I even notice that I'm in a prison?
So what you see as you come around is, you're not even sure if you're at the right one. You just kind of like glance in. You don't really see much of anything inside the cell, and you're not sure if you're at the right prison cell as you're coming around, just kind of glancing in.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna try to attract any attention, so I'll just keep on patrolling around. Stick my head in the armory,
Yep.
see if
As
anything's
you
there.
stick your head in, you see the spectator. It stares back at you, and that's about the end of that.
And I fuck off back to the guard. I mean, I gracefully complete my patrol.
Pretty much. All right. With that, I'll move over to Mary.
Yes.
So as you are, God damn it,
In the
as
hospital.
you were brought into the hospital, the captain goes, you've only got one person here to worry about. They seem to have gotten sick yesterday, and uh, so they're sleeping it off. The other guard on duty gave them a couple doses of stuff, but it didn't seem to make it any better.
Oh, that's awful. Hopefully I can help with that.
And then he fucks off himself. I will give you guys the normal interaction time while stuff is paused. So go ahead.
Okay. I guess I'll go over and see if Tato's awake at the moment. Just kind of gently shake her shoulder or something.
I wake up.
How you feeling, Tato?
Better now. Whoever was here.
Whoever was here?
Whoever was here didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I got sick with shit.
Oh no. You know what they gave you?
No, I do not. But I took it anyways, twice.
Mm.
Real quick, roll a perception check, Mary.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Nope, wrong one. Okay, you go away. Perception, there it is. Ew, that's a 17 total.
So with that, somewhere over here. With that, you see all the simple beds and everything in the room. You see the medicine cabinet that holds the medical supplies.
Mhm.
So as you're kind of, taking inventory of, what you have there, you see there are 20 healers kits and 5 vials of antitoxins and various other medicines. And with that, roll. You can tell there are a couple of other things. One of them you're not too sure about yet.
Mhm.
Do you have poisoner's kits, herbalism kit, or you can use your medical skills to try to identify the last?
Let's use my medicine skill. Can I roll for that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 14.
There you go. With the 14, you are able to tell that it is tinctures, which is you can combine them to make an ingested poison, which unfortunately the other guy didn't know, and that's what he was mixing in with what he was making the concoction with her, and
Oh no.
ended up poisoning her the second time, but the first time he just didn't make it strong enough.
Okay.
So there
Well,
are healer's kits, antitoxins, and the tinctures in this case.
mm-hmm.
with that medicine check, you're able to also tell that some of the antitoxins would have counteracted that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, time
Okay.
starts again.
Well, I think I know what the guy gave you yesterday.
What he gave me.
I don't think he knew 100% what he was doing. He essentially poisoned you.
Kind of felt like that.
Yeah, we've got standard medicines, and we've got like a poison kit, and then there's like the tinctures, and then there's the antidotes.
Okay. I guess just take note of what we have here in case that may help with our initial plan.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm up and feeling better and shit, Jeremy, this is to you. Can I like migrate back to where I'm supposed to be?
If you want to, I gave you guys the 5 minutes for interacting with each other, so
How
this
much is
doesn't
left
count
on that?
towards normal time. About half.
Okay, so since she's the guard with me, I would like to step out into the hallway and kind of see.
She is posted to her area, so
Well, yeah, she's in the hospital, but I just want to like peek out the door and perceive what's in the hallway for
Okay.
escape route.
Well,
Yeah.
wait. Before you scope anything out, like we could. Are any of these things small enough for her to pocket?
yeah, they're in like vials.
Okay. Well, before you head out into the hallway or
There are
anything,
only 5 vials of the antitoxin. There are 20 healers kits, and there are a few vials of the tinctures.
okay. I want to take one of those tinctures and give it to Tato to slip into her pocket for later.
I will take it and hide it in my pocket and
Just
keep that for a good note.
Yep. And just make sure you don't accidentally use it when you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you should probably pocket one of the
Antidotes.
the antidotes to that in case we have to use it.
I'm not going to take an antidote for now just because there are so few of them.
Okay.
But like as a just in case, like I know where we're at. The captain's already asked for volunteer service. He knows that I'm willing to volunteer for this. So maybe he'll ask me to do it again later.
Okay, and then if he asks, about inventory, you should probably be deceptive and be like the last guy used that.
Right, exactly.
Okay. I think that sounds pretty good for our little plan here.
Okay. So you've got that to use for later, like we were talking about, and then we'll just kind of play it by ear from there.
Okay.
So you go ahead and scope out the
That'll
hallway.
end your guys'
Oh damn!
player
I thought it was-
interaction. There's time frames for a reason.
No, I was trying to be quick about it.
But that'll end your guys' player interaction.
Okay.
I'm still
That
standing
goes
there.
back to, yeah, for the time being, that goes back to Mary. Well, it goes back to Mary and Dan. This is their 20-minute section, so.
Oh, okay. Well, now that she's well and everything, I guess I'll just kind of stay manned in the hospital like I was requested to, and just kind of take inventory, keep an eye out for anybody who waddles in, I guess.
We've already done our patrol for now, right?
You've done your first patrol.
Is there time for a second?
There will be.
Okay. In the meantime, then I'm gonna try to impress whoever's on the shift with me by telling rude and obnoxious jokes.
You can roll a performance check.
Gwendolyn, sit your butt. Thank you.
I cannot actually think of any jokes now. Please don't make me do it.
Well, that sucks because you rolled it okay, so you kind of got to now,
Sorry,
Just look up
just
a dad
one
joke
roll.
real quick.
right?
Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm just completely blanking out everything. I'm surprised I know English right now. Okay, fuck it. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone for this. Like, I am completely. I have like an iron curtain around my. I can't perform right now.
Goodness gracious, Gwendolyn.
Let's see. Well, with that, the guards sit there and they with an 8. He's just gonna sit there and he kind of giggles. He kind of sees what you're trying to do, but they kind of go back to their demeanor of just kind of hanging out, waiting for their shift.
Okay. I'm gonna sit here and write jokes until it's my turn again, in case this ever happens again.
I could send you some if you want.
I mean, technically, it's still your both of yours. You guys are in the same 20-minute time frame.
Right. But I mean, there's not exactly a whole lot for me to do. I'm supposed to man the hospital.
I mean,
You could.
technically.
I can't. It would be meta. Hey, what kind of shorts do Cloud wear?
I know the answer.
They kind of look at you and they're like, I don't know what.
Underpants, obviously. Did I cut out or something, or am I just so
Nope,
incredibly
I was
unfunny right
rolling for
now?
their I was rolling against your performance check. They kind of sit there and they kind of give that like half-hearted, you can tell that it didn't land well, but they're not being rude about it. They're kind of giving that little chuckle like, yeah,
Okay.
And with that, it is back to your patrol actually. As you see the couple of whatever, but your 4-minute patrol starts now.
Gwendolyn, come here.
I will go the same way. I will do the same thing. I will not check the shit bucket pantry room this time. But I will check in on the hospital. I'm assuming you will stop me if I'm moving too fast or past something that you want me to do.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. I stick my head in.
Mm,
Kind of like, what's up,
child, I swear.
mommy?
No,
And
honey,
just
it's
so
not
you know,
you.
you have the other guard with you as you
I know.
both make your way into the hospital, poke your head in.
Oh gosh.
Again, like that's completely fine.
I'm assuming something's going on the other side.
So sorry.
Oh, you're
When I
fine.
see them poke their heads in, I'll just kind of like give them a little wave.
Gonna go, she alright?
Yeah, she's doing all right. She's a lot better than yesterday.
Oh, I really hope it's nothing that spreads. And I kind of walk up to continue my patrol.
Yep, and the other guard follows in tow with you. You guys are side by side walking down the halls and everything.
Yeah. I'll move down. I'll try again for prisoner 13. May I attempt to perceptively perceive things?
You can try.
You know, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Nope.
Yes, I can try.
Again, as you walk by, you keep wondering to yourself, you're like, does this map even, am I reading this right? Because I swear, you know, and as you keep looking into what
Am
you
I in the
perceive
right
to be,
prison?
yeah.
I'll just complete my patrol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It is Mickey Mouse.
Mama, no.
No.
Mickey.
You guys still have a few minutes left on your
Mommy,
time.
Mickey. Where go? Mickey.
Um, I mean, there's not a whole, again, there's just not a whole lot for me to do from the hospital side of things. I've already passed off the vial.
Well, unfortunately, I just get to sit here and watch count.
I don't know what you. I don't know what to say or do. Like, there's
Hey,
not a lot.
it's your world. You could always poison Miranda again.
Nah.
Seems like that's what the last guy did.
I'll just give her a small handful of herbs to chew on.
I would like to not have that happen again. Thank you.
I mean, I don't mind the time thing, Jeremy, but I think we gotta accept that there are gonna be a few of these moments where we
Oh,
kind of feel
I
we've done
I literally
everything.
said that I will let time drain out because you still have one more patrol in this amount of time.
Oh, I have another patrol. I will patrol again.
Well, yeah, you will when I tell you it's your time to
Yes,
patrol.
I will when it is my turn. Yes, Daddy.
But see, the whole point of this is like, there's the 20-minute time frame. You guys aren't, technically restricted to your posts. I mean, you are if you decide that's how you're going to play it out. There's, always something that you can do. It just affects the rest of how everything plays out.
All right, we'll tell you what.
So
Where's the
we could
captain at
sit here and
currently?
have. You don't know that.
That's why I'm asking.
You don't know. He dropped you off at the hospital and left.
Fine.
Did you place a tracker on him?
No.
Okay, well then you don't know.
No.
Those are your socks.
Yep.
Those are your socks.
No.
Yeah, you put them on your hands. I guess they're gloves.
Smart kid.
And Dan, your final patrol starts now.
Love the
Can we
sound
go
effect.
fast, boy? Zoom,
I mean, it's a 4-minute patrol, so
zoom. Do I even get to try again? Like, am I just gonna give up at this point?
I mean that's up to you.
I will perceptively understand something.
I'm gonna have to roll something though. Oh, that's dirty.
You're like beating me by one, aren't you?
Oh no, it was an at 20. But you do find the you find the proper one, and you can see again with it being this is the first morning shift, so pretty early
I'm
morning.
trying to listen.
So you kind of peek your head and see, and you can tell that there's somebody laying in the bed in there. You find the proper cell, let's call it.
Yeah.
And you can see that they're still slumbering in bed since this is we'll say it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You guys are on the first shift of.
All right.
As you're looking in, do do do. From that roll, you can tell that there's a dwarven woman. You can see her red hair from, under the or laid on the pillow.
Mhm.
kind of like got one of her arms kind of like hanging off the bed, and you can see tattoos that run down her arms.
Do I recognize those tattoos?
No,
Do I don't recognize the style, nothing.
no.
May I attempt to memorize them? Is what I see
Sure.
of them. Do you want a history check for it, or do I just get to memorize them?
I mean, you can roll. Yeah, you can roll a history check to see if you can remember them for later. There you go.
Yep. I
Wasting all your
will.
good rolls now.
I will complete the patrol.
Okay. So as you guys are walking around so you make it to about the armory, and
Okay.
the other guard that has been patrolling with you,
Yes.
one sec.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Uh, sorry, kids are being. Anyways, so as you guys make it to about here, the guard kind of looks over and questions and goes, when we get around to that spot, you're usually, you're always looking in. You seem pretty intent to look in around this area. He goes, is there any particular reason?
Ah,
It's just close to the courtyard. I
Roll
guess.
a deception.
Yes. Oh, I am proficient in deception.
There you go. What is insight? Wisdom? Yeah, so with that he goes, well, I guess, that makes sense. As you guys make your way back to the barracks. And that will roll over to Cowboy and Miranda, which we'll start with. Actually, I need both y'all to roll a d20. Well, why don't you use the thingy to make sure? Am I doing it or are you? Okay, you guys are working on separate shifts. Cowboy, we will start with you.
Mhm. Guess that puts me in there. As I'm running prep. I accidentally cut the tip end of my pinky off.
Do what?
said, as I'm doing prep, I, quote unquote, accidentally cut my pinky tip off
Oh
by the
no.
nail. Grab a cloth, wrap.
I'm gonna need a deception check as if you're telling the head chef this.
No, I'm telling you, that's what I'm doing. I am,
Okay, so
quote, quote,
Are
you're
you
unquote,
deliberately?
quote,
I get
unquote,
I
accidentally
get what
cutting
you're like
finger off.
accidentally
Yeah.
cutting the tip of your finger off, but you're not actually doing that.
So,
So it'll still be a okay. Are you actually cutting the tip of
yes.
your
That's the reason I'm
okay?
using the word.
Saying quote unquote means that you're acting like you're cutting it off, and it's like,
No.
oh, my finger.
No, I'm trying to make it look like an accident, not something on purpose. That's the reason I said it that way.
Alright, roll me a d8. You're going to take 7 points of slashing damage.
Seven fucking
And
7 points.
roll me a d100. I don't.
The fuck did you cut with?
Okay, so you take 7 points of slashing damage, and with an 80, you make it pretty convincing that you were just sitting there kind of chopping stuff, and you slipped and nicked your finger.
Okay. Grab a towel and wrap it up and go to hospital.
With that, the main chef, as he comes over and he's kind of looking at everything, he's like, yeah, he goes, go get yourself fixed up. He looks over at the other guard and says, tell Tato to come out here and take his place. As you're making your way to the hospital.
With only 3 in there.
Yes.
Kind of look at both of them. Say, I know how to come up with a distraction. If we have to bust them out, I have a way to come up with a distraction. What happens when there's a fire inside of a prison? Everybody runs to it, right?
Yeah. Get
I
out.
have, I have a vial of oil, lamp oil. Can start the fire over in the storage area. All that wood and all that wine and all that stuff in there make for one hell of a
Okay.
fire.
We have the potential of a secondary plan with the poison I got.
But we still got to figure out how to get them out.
Yeah.
Out of the cell.
I'm gonna head to the kitchen before I raise suspicion.
What was that?
I'm gonna head to the kitchen before I raise suspicion.
Okay. Look over at Mary and say, why don't you talk to your friend and see what he can do about the magical locks that are on this place.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
And while you at it, so tip end my finger up.
Sure thing. From the medicinal kit, I'll take care of that for him.
Ow, 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 ow. Novocaine, ow, Novocaine. Okay.
I'm just
I'm gonna need you to roll a medicine check.
near him.
You, the one doing the stitching.
Just make sure. It's a dirty 20.
With that, you're able to stop the bleeding and, get him stitched up.
Now be careful when you get back in that kitchen.
I had to get out of the way. So I had to get out some way or another. Try to grab y'all when y'all was
Okay.
together.
And during the in-between on that, because Tato said she was making her way back to the
Mm-hmm.
kitchen while you guys were getting stitched up, I've got to roll a d20 for her. Okay, with an 18, she makes it back no problem. But as she walks in, the chef, he looks over and he sees her and he is pissed.
Uh-oh.
He immediately makes his way over and starts questioning where she's been this whole time. Oh, your headset must have cut out.
That better?
Yep.
Okay. I was in the med bay. Or hold on. Do I need to roll anything like deception or any of this bullshit?
That's going to depend on your story. Because you left
Okay.
without saying anything to anybody. You just went to the hospital, so nobody knew where you were. And because you ended up there overnight, you haven't been seen for the past, 12 hours.
Okay. I wasn't feeling good, so I went to med bay, and then I ended up getting sicker with whatever the guard tried to do to make me feel better. I slept it off, and now I'm better. Sorry for that.
Roll a deception check. Where is his stat block?
Why is that? Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, really, where is this guy's stat block at? I know for a fact I gave a description of this chef and everything. There's supposed to be a stat block for him here somewhere.
Hmm?
Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here.
Maybe I can control F this and find it. I don't know. Ah, here we go.
Mama.
Yeah, that's me.
Daddy.
Me.
Me.
You're the baby.
Me.
Oh, am I Monster Mama?
Okay, I guess he doesn't have a stat block. You would think he would with the way they described him. Well, if that's the case, then he will have the same stats as all the other ones. Isn't that right? Insight is wisdom? Yes, okay. So you had 11 deception, he had an 18 on his insight. As he really starts to chew in on the fact that, there's protocols and, if something happens, you're to report to him first before going off on your own. We run a tight ship around here and, people wandering off is not ideal.
Okay, what happened again?
5.
Why is there slime on the couch, guys? Well, Gravy needs to clean it up then. The slime that's all over the couch seat.
All right, I'm going through the prison areas real quick.
Actually, while you're doing that, if he knew the cowboy was going to the infirmary and told me to come back, didn't he know I was in the
He didn't
infirmary?
tell you to come back. He told one of the other chefs to go get Tato. He told the other
Okay.
chef on duty to go get Tato and have him replace you because he thought
Okay.
you were in the room.
Okay.
He tells you that you're going to need to report to the warden
Okay.
as the suspicion level goes up to level 2. I need to find the table for that again. Yep, there we go. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, it's still filtering out.
Yeah, 'cause that last one was gross.
Okay. Yep. So the suspicion level has gone up to level 2. And we'll move Tato over here for now. Cal, we'll go back to yours real quick because you guys should be done with that.
Mhm.
There we go. Goody.
I believe a child is imitating a dog.
Back away, Mom. Back away, Mom.
I can't. You're literally sitting on top of me.
Know when you're ready.
No, I'm waiting on you. It's
Oh,
back
okay.
to you currently. Yeah,
Well, I
no,
know
it's back
I
to you.
thought you were doing
No,
something.
you're
I need to
no, you're good. You're good.
I need to clarify something. Right
What's up?
here. Is that storage or is that privy?
That is the privy. This is the storage.
Okay.
You have to go through the storage to get to the privy.
Okay.
But apparently it's
Got
not a
runs.
toilet.
Huh?
Did you not describe to me earlier that this was not actually a toilet? This was just where you stored the portable toilet in the phone
Correct.
buckets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then.
Just
Why
trying
is it
to
clear?
stop you
Because
from
it's
making that
clean
mistake.
and not covered in shit.
I didn't hear about the other one. Sorry.
No, you're good.
All right. In case I might start making my way back to the cook
You're
area.
going to the kitchen. Got it. So as you make your way in, the chef looks at you and asks if everything's all patched up.
Yep. I got lucky. I just cut off just above the fingernail. So.
He looks at you and he, says that he's already informed the other cooks, but for now you guys will be doing a different rotation until Tato comes back, as she's been sent to the warden.
All right. It sounds fine. I don't inquisitive on why or nothing like that. I just agree with him, tell him, all right.
Okay, then for the time being, he'd be like, "All right, we'll go back to your bunk, or do your downtime while you have it."
Okay. While I'm in there, I will. Let's see. We we come in with our backpacks, right?
I mean, technically, yeah, you got like yeah, everybody would come in with like a backpack of stuff, their personal belongings and everything. You'd be able to put it in your foot locker at the end of the bed.
Okay. I'm gonna sit on the side of my bed, looking away from any of the guards, looking through my bag. Kind of
Well,
pull the music.
there's not any guards inside your, you just got the other chefs that would be in your room
No,
with you.
well, I mean other people. Excuse me, didn't mean to say guard. But anyway, I got them to my back while I'm looking through my backpack, and I pull the music box out slightly, see if I can tell why and what it's for.
Um,
That Roro gave me.
Fucking Roro, man.
Kind of hoping it's magical and will put people to sleep, but I don't know.
I gotta pause time real quick to go
Mhm.
back. It's been, let's see. Cowboy, roll me a history check. Perfect. With that, you remember that Venza has the key. So as you're kind of looking over it, you see the keyhole and everything, and you remember that, well, Mary Perillo, whichever one you want to go with currently, has the golden key.
That I do.
Here. Up, 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 up. Here.
But I still don't know what the box is for, right?
Nope.
Just a magical or music box. Okay.
Yep. As far as you can tell, it just looks like a music box. And then that was the one that had the note from Roro that said you're gonna need this.
Yeah. I was just wondering if I could tell if it was a magical one, if it was just a regular music box or anything like that.
Do you have detect magic?
No, not really.
I mean, you can do an Arcana check and see. With that, you can kind of, a little bit of intuition. You're like, you feel like it's gonna have some magic properties, but you're not sure of anything.
Okay. Well, since I've got a little bit of time, so there would be. I'm gonna take a walk out through the hallway. Come down to the stables. This wall is a solid
Roll an
wall.
R20 or roll a D20. Sorry.
Okay. That's a solid wall right there, ain't it? Okay.
I know. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, apologies. You're gonna have to roll a D12.
Same thing.
I forgot to look at the suspicion because the suspicion level went up to 2. So you
Okay.
guys have a different die to roll now. Okay.
Again, like I said, this is a solid wall, ain't it? Or is it like the
Yes.
prison? Okay. Alrighty, well, I'm just stretching my legs. I'm gonna walk out, and walk over to the stables and pet the horses.
Okay.
Look in the stables, see if there's anything I can use, like oil or anything other than hay.
Um. Nah, inside the stables, you pretty much see that there's a few actual, lodgings for mounts, sled dogs, stuff like that. Um, you don't really find much of anything in there. It's just kind of, it's pretty bare.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't even see food or anything for the animals that are currently there, as the prison doesn't supply any.
Supply no food for the horses and the doggies.
Not the prison's job. You take care of your own.
Okay, well, I thought that was like prison horses and stuff. Okay.
No, no, the stables are used specifically for visitors who bring their stuff.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And currently there are, 3 horses in there. You can probably guess that they belong to the councils.
Okay. We'll come out the stables. And continue down the road here.
Re-entering a patrol area, you need to roll another d12. Oop. Alright, so on in that one, as you turn the corner and you walk around to your left, you run face to face, you run right into a patrol.
Mm-hmm.
Right, did you say D20? Because on
No,
my...
I said
No,
Okay,
d12.
D12.
okay, yeah, then everything's fine. Sorry. Never mind me.
I just happened to roll the same thing with both of them. That's all.
Oh, I just thought you rolled the wrong dice, but I was mistaken. Please go on.
So as that happens, you walk right into a patrol making their rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So you have one action if you decide to try, or you can attempt to talk your way out.
That would be deception.
Up to you. Persuasion, intimidation, or deception. If you decide to just go the talking route.
Well, I just tell them I'm stretching my legs. I've been cramped up in the ship for days and got thrown into a room. I'm not used to being locked down like this too much.
Uh,
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's 5. I think the DC is, what is the DC? The DC is a I gotta find the suspicion level again. You did not beat the DC.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find this stupid thing that says what happens now. On a failure, the patrol escorts the character to the guard's room, where the guard interrogates the characters about character's presence in a prohibited area. If the character has a cover story for being in the prison, the guard escorts them to where they should be. In case of off-duty stuff, the suspicion level is increased by 1. So, you are taken to the closest one, which is going to be in here with, let me do that. There we go. So you're brought into the room, you see 2 guards, and you see Brigham as the other 2 guards sit you down that were on patrol, and they look over at the other 3 and go, "We caught him wandering, coming in from the stables, it looks like, and the story he's giving off don't make sense. We got to get back on patrol. You guys interrogate him." As the other 2 guards leave, and he's left in there with Brigham and the other 2 guards.
Okay.
So I will start time for interrogation. Go. I'm gonna say, let me roll a history real quick. If I can figure out where I put the stupid thing in. What is history? Into. There we go.
I think it's wisdom. Not
Intellect.
sure. Okay.
This guy's retarded.
Not as retarded as I am.
This guy is also retarded.
Do you want me to roll for retardation?
I mean, no.
Do you
I'm
want me to
rolling.
roll for
So
anything else?
what I'm rolling for on the other 2 guards that are in the room is a history check to see if they recognize him from the kitchen,
Oh, kitchen. Yeah.
which neither of them do.
You just can't get good help anymore.
Well, I'm not used to working in a prison either.
So you got one guy, let's say the guy who rolled the 2, kind of walks over and sits there and he goes, "What do you think you're doing wandering around the prison just all willy-nilly?" He goes, "We got rules around here."
I understand, and I didn't mean to break them. Like I said, this is the first prison I've had to work in. I was on the ship for days. Been stuck in the kitchen or my room. I just need
You
to
work
speak
here.
please. I work
Where do
here
you work here in the kitchen? Here he goes, "Where do you work here in the prison?"
in the kitchen. As I hold up my little pinky finger and say, "See, I cut my finger earlier."
Well, if you're working in the kitchen, why are you down over here by the stables?
Again, they switched me out on shift. I was bored. Like I said, been shut up. I just wanted to stretch my legs and walk around. So I didn't mean to go where I wasn't supposed to. This is the first prison that I've been in that I've had to actually work for. Not the first one I've been in, but the first one I've worked for. And I enjoy animals, so I seen the stables. I walk the stables, see the animals.
The other guy, the other guard pipes up and goes, "Well, you didn't get this job to sightsee." He goes, "You're here to do a job."
And if I was on my shift and they would let me do my shift, I was being there doing my job. But at the same thing, my shifts got changed out because of the accident.
And he goes, "Well, from now on, you should probably stick to your area like we do."
All right. Don't have a problem with that. Just
I want it individual. Oh, 1, 1, and 2. Cool. Okay. Um, you see two of the guards sitting there. They start doing rock, paper, scissors. They look over at Dan.
Yeah.
As the other two guards are doing rock, they look at each other and they start doing rock, paper, scissors. They look over at you.
I go,
and I
fuck it, and I do it too.
Okay. Which is what my roles were for. I wanted to make sure that you were actually, participating, or if you were just gonna stand there and watch them. So
I have no
Dan
idea what they're
and
rolling for, but like I'm guessing it's something they don't want to do. So
yeah, pretty much. So you and one of the other guards, because everybody goes in pairs. You and the other guard take take Cowboy back to the kitchen. You see the other guy just kind of, get a big old grin on his face as he sits back down and kicks his legs up on the table. As you guys escort Cowboy back to the kitchen.
yeah,
I'll just go on into the little cabin area, sit my ass back down on my bed, be bored.
As you make your way in, one of the guards sits there and goes, "Where's the chef at?"
He's over yonder.
Chef makes his way over and goes, "What's going on with this one now?" As he kind of looks at you, Dan.
yeah. I was about to say I would like to seize the initiative. I tell him, he must have gotten some awful light header or something from that cut, because he was just wandering around like he was. He seems like he's a bit simple. I don't think he's. Maybe he should go lie down or something. Sit him on a chair for a few minutes at least. He ain't he ain't doing too hot.
Uh, Roll a deception check with advantage.
Thank you. Oh, Hadouken. Oh, Shoryuken. I believe I will take the 23.
Yep. The chef kind of looks over at the guards, and he's just kind of like nodding his head. He looks over at you and Cowboy, and goes, "I thought you went to the doctor and got that taken care of."
I did. I came back. You told me the shifts have been changed since I had to go. So I went for a little walk, just 'cause I'm tired of sitting in the rooms. Like I told
He looks
them, I've been on a ship for days and come here and locked up into one room. I'm not used to that. This is the first prison I've worked in.
He
So-
reiterates, well, we got, rules and regs here. We've told you where you guys can and can't be. You guys are supposed to stick to your areas. So he goes, you know, better be glad these guards are sticking up for you. So get back to your room and rest up for a while.
All right.
He tells the guard, or looks at both of you guards, and he goes, good thing you guys were able to catch him instead of the captain, because that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all ate the food at lunchtime. Like, if it wasn't for that, he'd probably catch himself a beating or something before we handed him over back.
Well,
I don't know why I'm doing this accent. I'm not trying to be rude.
I don't know. It works for me. But with that 23 deception, you were able to, play it
Well,
off.
his mother was really a fairy.
And you guys can head back to your posts.
Yeah.
I gotta check again because I'm almost positive that if you get interrogated, the suspicion level goes up again. Yeah, in the case of off duty, if you're caught, the suspicion level is increased by 1. So yes, suspicion level is now at 3.
Is there anything we can do to make the suspicion level go down?
Every 8 hours, if the prison staff detects no suspicious activity during that time, it is reduced by 1.
So just don't fuck up. Is what you're saying.
Pretty much. And I count every 20-minute section as a 4-hour section. So at this particular point in time, it would be breakfast time will be starting. Which I need everybody to roll a d20. Except Miranda. That's fine.
I got a 16.
It's odds and evens.
Thanks for that way my phone's about to die.
I don't care.
Really, I gotta hijack your spot. My phone's dying.
And Dan?
Yeah.
20?
Sorry, I zoned out for a moment.
It's odds and evens. I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so Mary and Cowboy will be at breakfast together. Dan, you're still on duty.
You got the long shift this time.
And actually, none of you know where Tato's at currently, so.
Oh yeah, because
The
she's
last-
still with the warden.
Yeah, the last time you guys saw her, Cowboy was coming into the hospital and she was leaving the hospital, so you guys are unaware of what's going on currently. Um, I need to open this one.
Gwendolyn, put it down. Get it out of your mouth. Goodness gracious. Mm.
So, no.
Okay, so Miranda, you are making your way up to, well, you're being escorted to the warden's office, which I believe is car 22. Yes. I believe it is that one. I don't have the warden's. I'll get it later because my computer being dumb, it's on the other computer. But um, as you guys make it to the office, one of the guards knocks on the door. The warden tells y'all to enter. As you guys enter, you see a heavy desk that stands in the middle of the room with parchment, quills, and ink. There are 5 heavy wood cabinets that line the east wall, and you are met by the prison warden, which is her name is Marta. She is a human mage. She wears a red robe with gold trim and roll a perception check.
Advantage or disadvantage?
Just a straight roll.
Sorry, you said you guys. Who's
19.
being met by the warden right now?
Miranda is at the warden's office.
Okay, it sounded like it was plural, which is why I got confused.
Oh, sorry. What was your
19.
19? With that, you can see there is she's got a ring with 7 keys hanging from her pocket. Sorry, I was just reading through to make sure there wasn't anything else I needed to check. All right. So as you are being faced with the warden, the guard who was told by the chef to take you up here informs the warden of what had transpired, and the warden tells you to take a seat. What?
For my vape.
Yeah, that's why I charged it.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's why I charged it. Okay. So as the warden tells you to take a seat, she asks you to explain your side of the story again.
See, I start explaining that I wasn't feeling well and I'm not very aware of these protocols in place. I've never worked in a prison like this, so I took myself to the hospital to get something to make myself feel better. The guard on duty then poisoned me. And when I was feeling better, I made my way back to my post.
She looks at you and kind of like nods in understanding and goes, "Well, everybody that comes here, has to learn the ropes, but we run a pretty tight ship and things need to be adhered to. You can't just be walking off on your own whenever you feel like it." As you see her kind of just nonchalantly, like kind of like wave her hand across, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Eyes.
So with that, the warden goes, go back to work and do your duties to the best of your ability. As she casts suggestion on you. And with that, you kind of get a waft of, you know, you get a waft of duty about you. You're just like, yeah, I need to go back to work and I need to do what I'm here to do.
I
So
don't
yes,
want to
ma'am.
sell that.
Tell her it won't happen again.
What'd you say, Dan?
I don't want to sell that sticks. I want to go home and rethink my life.
Right. Um. Oh, with that, you once she casts suggestion on you, you almost drone like, just kind of like fall in line, and you're like, "Yes, ma'am, no problem." And you get up and you head back to the kitchen. I can send. I will send this. What? What?
Against Moon Charm.
You failed.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yeah. So for the next few hours, this will take effect to where it's just, you go and do your duties to the best of your ability.
Am I on shift now?
Yes, when you come back in, the chef relieves one of the other ones. and he doesn't even really question when you come back in and you start getting to work, as you know he's seen this before. So when you come in and you literally go right to chopping food and doing stuff, he doesn't even say anything to you. We will go to the two on breakfast. Cowboy and Mary.
I'll go in and just start prepping for breakfast.
No. You and
Oh.
her are already in the mess hall. You guys are
Oh, already
actually
eaten.
yeah, you guys are at.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what the roles were earlier. The odds and
Yeah,
evens.
yeah.
So Dan is still on duty. You guys
Yeah,
are actually at
yeah.
breakfast, and
Yeah.
Miranda is currently the one cooking and making. So she's the one in there doing all the prep stuff.
Okay.
Yay! Time for more food.
What she said.
I'm not gonna lie, this prison food for the guards is pretty damn tasty.
Yeah. Well, you can talk to our buddy. Tell him we got a halfway idea of distraction,
Great.
but we still got to figure out how to get her out here.
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as the end game goes, I think our exit strategy is pretty solid.
You're sus, bro. You're sus. You're
Huh?
sussy baka, dude.
Well, I said let's just see if we can get some information back to him and
Mm-hmm.
figure out what we're gonna do from there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
As I gobble down my breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Yeah, currently you guys are in the 5-minute player interlude. So
Mm-hmm. Um,
I haven't seen that other person in a while.
yeah, I think they've both been on shift for a little while. I haven't seen them either.
Only thing I know to do is keep gathering information.
Mm-hmm.
Sit here and chow down on some ham and eggs.
Yup. Now stay the course.
I think that's gonna end that one.
Yeah.
Oh lordy. Jeremy, you can roll on to the next person, next roll.
no, I can't
Oh, why not?
because there's still a minute 40 left.
Oh my gosh.
There's timelines for a reason.
I know you got timelines for a reason, but I got an issue I'm dealing with too, so. Which I'll explain later on.
I think before the start of my next shift, I might try to head to the stables and see the condition of the horses.
Best I could tell, they weren't in bad shape.
Oh, you got to check it out?
I got to look at it. There's only
Nice.
3.
3 horses and 2 dog sleds.
No, there's no dog sleds there. There's just 3 horses.
Oh, I said dog too. I'm sorry.
No, I said that that's where they would be kept
Oh,
if
okay.
there were any.
Misunderstood.
Now even I'm confused.
On what?
On whether there are horses and how many.
There's
There are 3 horses, and as far as you could tell from like the bridles and stuff, that they looked like they were pretty well maintained. So the assumption that you could conclude from it was that they belong to the council members that are currently here.
Night.
Did you have an accident? No. Okay. You need to sit down and go potty then. Come on.
Okay, and with that, your guys'
Just
breakfast
look, it's
is
just a tiny
over.
bit. It's okay.
Um,
Sit normal. Sit normal. Stop watching. Goodness
So
gracious,
during
you're
this
making a
time, you
mess.
guys are able to go back to your areas without issue.
Okay.
And during that time, it will be the chef kind of walks over to Tato and says, go eat. Pretty. He doesn't seem like he's like in a derogatory way. He just kind of, more of like a direct order in a way. Just go eat. And with that, you kind of just put down what you're doing and just kind of turn and walk into the, like I said, almost like a drone-like state. Like, yep, that's what I need to go do. Is I need to go eat.
Okay.
And Dan will be showing up for breakfast
Yes, I believe I will.
as Cowboy takes over Tato's position, and the other chef kind of comes and sits out too. And
Come here.
Dan, roll a perception check.
Perception. That was almost an at one.
I mean, almost isn't though, right?
Yeah, but damn close.
No.
Yes.
With that perception check, you can tell that there's something going on with Tato. Doesn't have the same demeanor that she had before.
I'm thinking. I wanna try to peek a little closer. It's like this is troubling me a little bit. Something's off. Like where is she? I'm having trouble. Are all the characters where they're supposed to be on the board?
I am going to assume so because I'm.
That's Tato, right?
Did you go? Yeah. So I mean, if you came in and saw her, you'd be.
I just asked her, is everything fine? Everything okay?
I'm eating.
Okay. I just kind of leave it.
Yeah, her responses are again kind of not droll, but you know, she seems
I'm
very
eating is kind of
what
fuck
she's
off.
doing. You know, her actions seem very intent.
I'm not gonna push it. I mean, it feels metagamey as fuck to me if I do, so I'm just not gonna push it.
I mean, like I said, that perception check a lot, you know, you can tell there's, you know, she's not acting the same as she normally would.
Okay, I kind of go, are you sure you're fine? You seem a little tense.
So quick. Let's go.
I'm gonna need a little something here.
Oh, she said I'm fine. It might just not have came through.
All right.
But again, you know, like as as you look across, you know, she kind of like instead of like eating and sitting there and kind of like being very fluid about, you know, looking up and going like I'm fine, she like stops what she's doing, looks at you, goes I'm fine, and then goes back to eating.
Like she can only do one thing at a time.
Just more like a drone-like state. You know, it's not that she can only do one thing at a time. It's more like, you know, she's just got that intent about her that, you know, she's doing what she needs to do.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm just gonna jump right to it. I kind of wanna think back and look at her and like, God, could any of my spells do something like this? This is out of the ordinary. Can I fuck it? Can I just roll for Arcana to see if I detect something?
Okay.
Yeah. And I do have a proficiency, but I think that's just a +1, right? That's factored in.
You have a +3.
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah,
that's
the
from
proficiency just
my
gives you, yeah, it gives you just the bonus, so it's not an advantage.
yeah. That's 12.
Yeah, I gotta go look at the other person's stuff.
It feels so much like I'm cheating right now to me.
What is Arcana? Wisdom? Sorry.
Intelligence.
Intellect. Okay. Yeah, no. With that, you're able to you can tell there's something going on, but you have no idea what.
Okay, I make like a mental note that something's off, and I kind of leave it for now.
Also, because with that, the time just ended. As you know, you kind of like hear the little chime or whatever, and people are kind of heading back to their respective areas. And as you're getting up, walking out, the chef comes out and deliberately tells Tato, "All right, back to work." And that's, you know, he comes out, just kind of looks at her and goes, "Tato, back to work," and then just walks back in. You know, again, he doesn't seem like he's ill-willed or anything, just very deliberate statement. As you see her get up and go back into the kitchen. which will start your first patrol again.
Okay, just
Yeah.
FYI, it's getting pretty late for me as well.
Understandable.
I'll go patrol again. When you tell me I can go patrol, sorry, I'm like it's late. I'm tired. I'm not quite in the zone tonight. It seems. Sorry.
Like I said, it's your patrol.
Yeah. Same procedure. Go up here, check in on the hospital, check in on the barracks real quick. Just like poke my head in, see if there's any messages. Like
Sorry for not
anything.
responding if you were addressing me for a second. I had to go check the front door.
Very good.
No,
He said he was poking it on areas like the hospital and stuff as he was making his rounds.
Okay. What's up, guys?
same shit, different day.
Same stew, just reheated.
All right. And my fucking customary attempt to get detected by opening my eyes. On the prison cell with 13. Is she awake?
Yeah, you can see her back's turned to you currently as, they've already gone around giving, breakfast to everybody. So she's kind of sitting at the end of her bed, eating.
One. Wait,
Ooh,
one.
so wait, was I
Really?
volunteered again for hospital duty?
No, you went back to your original duty, which is the hospital duty for today.
Oh, okay.
Do I know the name of the guard I'm with?
I mean, I can make one up. Same guard you've
You,
been, you guys
just
have
a yes
been,
will suffice.
yeah, you guys
Okay.
know, you guys know each other enough. You guys have been, on duty with each other a few times, so.
I want
Same guy you
to.
were telling jokes to,
Yeah, I want to try to do something. This is kind of a complicated action, so you'll have to tell me if I can do it or not. I want to try to stealthily cast a cantrip. I want to attempt to cast minor illusion to have somebody calling his name around the corner we came from. However, I do not want to do this if the only option is doing it in plain view of him and definitely being detected as a magic user.
Well, you guys are always like walking side by side with each other as you're doing your rounds. So the suspicion portion is going to be, does casting the spell have a perceivable component or effect?
A little hot.
It says the component. If you mean component as in component, it says a little bit of fleece. The description
All
is
components are all, verbal, whatever. Yeah, it's somatic and material.
no, it doesn't say I have to wave my arms about and cluck like a chicken.
Right, I'm saying it's somatic and material.
I'm not understanding. Maybe I'm stupid.
Same thing you just said.
I'm gonna let the dogs in.
Just a fancy word for it.
Okay. I mean, to my understanding of it, I'm not the GM, but to my understanding, this is something that I should be able to do.
Right. I'm just saying a somatic component are gestures
What's that?
used while casting the spell.
Freya, here.
I mean, it's a cantrip, so I would assume it would be like a subtle, like thing with my fingers or something like that. fucking right.
Yeah,
Should be.
that does it.
Yeah. Okay.
Give me
How about
one
this? I'll
second.
I'll try to role play it out, and then you can give me a ruling on whether or not you'll let it go or not. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I see that P13 is awake, kind of like turn my head a little bit to the side, and I make some very elaborate finger movements with my left hand, assuming he's on my right. Doesn't matter. Other side.
Sure.
And I whisper something in that if anybody really had heard it, it would have been a strange language. It takes
EAS
a couple of
underscore cowboy
seconds, if that.
said, "Move it.
And
Welcome to my channel. Hope you
you can
enjoy the
hear
stream."
it sounds like
EAS
back
underscore
from
cowboy
Out of curiosity,
said,
just because you said the
"Stream
verbal
elements.
component,
Welcome to my channel.
yeah, it's more
Hope
like
you
I'm
enjoy the
mouthing
stream."
it than actually saying it out loud. Like I'm barely whispering it. It doesn't
well, that's
say
what I'm
it has
wondering.
to
I don't think you need that at all, unless I'm mistaken.
Okay, then I just
Yeah. No, I don't see a
yeah.
verbal. Like you don't actually have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like me personally. I'm gonna sit there and be like, if you are doing it just because it makes sense, but I'm gonna have to like have you roll for like a stealthy trying to like whisper it, but it doesn't actually have a component that needs you to
I mean,
verbally
it
say
doesn't have
anything.
a
So
finger component either, but I mean, I'm assuming. I'm just basically, yeah, just whatever hand is on the opposite side, make the sign of finger, guitar, whatever,
right.
and around the back of the corner where like the intersection with the hospital and the other guard post, you hear like, "Hey, John, come here a second."
Okay, we
Let's
lost Mary.
see.
I mean, that's how I figure it would play out. I'm still just waiting
Well, I
for
haven't gotten a text
yeah.
yet, so I'll worry about that in a
I
second.
think she said something about running out of juice. Right?
Yeah,
What
that's what you posted.
is perception is wisdom, so let's see if he even hears it.
I mean, it'd be like somewhere over here. So
Okay, so with that, he hears the voice, and he kind of turns to you and goes, "Did you hear that? We need to go check that out."
I mean, it just sounded like insert guard name here. Just wanted to have a quick word with you. I can hold up here and wait for you. Sounded like it came from the guard room.
Roll a deception check. I'll give you advantage since he actually heard it.
13?
Charisma. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
So with that, he goes, "All right, well," he goes, "Give me just a second." He goes, "I'll be right back."
No worries. Ain't nothing happening here.
As he kind of makes his way around the corner.
Yeah. The moment he's around the corner. I kind of like, is Prisoner 13 facing me? Like, has she caught on to something going on right outside her cell, or?
No, she seems to be, like I said, she's just sitting there eating her breakfast. Seems to be off in her own little.
Uh, yeah. Um, I'm really sorry to ask this now, and I'm so deep in, but I forget who sent us. Like we were gonna go get the thing from 13, but I can't remember.
I want to say his name was Valrak, but I'm not. I'd have to go back through.
Can we go with
Varen.
Valrak for right?
Sorry,
Varen?
his name's Varen. Yeah, it's Varen.
Yeah. And to my knowledge, they were all friendly
I
or
heard
ally.
tornado warning.
Yeah.
No, keep going.
Yeah. We just go like, hey, Varen sent us. Like I pretty much just, glue my
Yep.
face into the grill
1
or whatever
second.
in the
I
window.
think there's responses. Okay. She kind of, she hears you as you, she hears somebody.
You kind of cut out there. Hello?
He's still there. He's not. He didn't say nothing.
Who, Dan?
No,
Yeah. Yeah, are you there? You kind of cut out after you were beginning a response. Can you take
Oh,
it
I
from the
said
top?
roll a history check.
You want history from me? Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a natural one.
I mean, that shows a 10 on my screen, but
Okay. This system is fucked. Like on mine, it showed an actual one.
and if
But
I go into your game, it shows a 3.
I mean, I will take the 10 if I can have it. It's weird. Like the animation showed the one. Anyway, do what what you will. I'll be honest, I'm kind of rushing right now.
Very good. So, with that roll, you remember Varen talking to you, telling you that
There's some
the
fucking password right there.
that she's proved uncooperative with his people.
Okay, but I got her attention at least, right?
Yeah, she turned around and she's got like a puzzled look on her face, like, what are you talking about? But again, so after, sitting there just saying the word Varen, she turned around because she heard something, kind of like puzzled by, what, you know, trying to figure out what you're talking about. And then as soon as you do that, you remember that Varen told you that she's proved very uncooperative with his people in the past. So might not be the best course of action to go down.
Well, apparently I've already gone down, so
But like I said, she
no,
hasn't
no,
like she didn't hear the
I
name.
remember.
She just all of a sudden goes
Okay.
like, you know,
Yeah,
she heard you and turns around like, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what you're on about.
Um, did we even know what item she was getting out? Like,
She is lying down. She is lying down.
Yeah,
did,
the whole thing was
That's not the
there's
way
a
that works.
key
There's
of
not
some
enough space
kind.
for him.
Sorry, there's a key that she has. You're not sure what the key is, but there is a magical key.
okay. I kind of just quickly and clearly go, uh, you're very close to your lucky day. You have something that I need, and I'm gonna try to get you out of here in exchange for it. Does that sound good to you? I don't know if people are cutting out or.
No, he ain't said nothing yet.
When you kind of give her, you know, because you're posing the possibility of the freedom and everything, she has a genuine surprised look on her face, but continues to kind of like, you know, go back to the normal demeanor, you know, very quickly.
Okay.
With that, you can hear the footsteps of the guard come, you know, you can hear like running back around the corner as he sits there and he's like, I don't know what all that was about, but he goes, I didn't find shit. He goes, there was nobody there. He goes, the guards looked at me all fucking funny. He goes, we got to get out of here. Our patrol's almost over.
All right, John. All right. I kind of just walk off pretending like I've been standing here staring at my fingernails for the past couple of minutes or whatever long that took.
And you guys, you know, make your way back down to the
Yeah, yeah.
guard room. And I named him John too, since you gave him a name.
You know, he is John, though. I don't care what you name him. He is going to be John.
No, he's got a nameplate now
Cool.
because you named him John. Um, that will be the end of that time. So we will do Cowboy and Miranda's, and we'll probably end it after that since Mary's. I don't think she'll be back due to the phone stuff. So we'll do your guys' portion.
Am I still charmed at this point, or has it been past the 4 hours?
No, you are still at this point under suggestion.
Stand there and chop
Um,
vegetables and all that good shit.
I need a perception check from you, Cowboy. Okay, so with that, you can tell there's something off with Tato.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's sitting over there just nonchalantly, you know, cutting up vegetables, you know, cooking up stuff. You know, she walks over and starts washing dishes and everything. but all of her actions seem very, direct and intent.
So I think to myself, something's not right.
Hey, Amber.
See, I don't think I have anything. Begin with. No. I'm just going to kind of mosey over here a little bit, just kind of look at her and play it off just as, are you playing? I know something's wrong, but are you all right?
I'm fine.
Okay. Be careful with the knives, they're sharp.
Yes, they're sharp.
And I'll go back to cutting my meat. See, Mary's still in the hospital. Yep.
The chef, he's sitting in there and kind of turns around and goes, "Now that we're done, getting the prep for lunch ready, go start getting the scraps ready for the prisoners."
All right. Not a problem, boss.
Yes, chef.
Get it be coated and put it on the fire pit. Y'all bring the scraps over here. I can get them skewing.
The scraps.
Well, with that, she kind of collects everything up and brings them over and, holds them out for you.
Take them and put them in the pot and start cooking them down. Hand me that jug of water over there.
Here's the water.
Okay, you can go back to your table.
That's it. She hands you the water and goes back to cutting stuff up and getting things prepped. As you guys kind of hear the chime go off and you see people coming for lunch.
Okay.
It'll include Dan and John. I'm going to say that Mary's there as well, even though she isn't here currently, but she'd be at lunch as well with you guys.
Walker, you want to start handing the food out?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay.
Another one.
I
So she makes her way out and she's, putting plates out all over the table and bringing the, carts out for people to get stuff off of. And as she's going to put a plate down in front of Brigham, all of a sudden she kind of seems to snap to and drops the plate right in front of you.
Can I attempt to catch it in midair?
Sure, dexterity.
Not slide of. Oh, it's.
Yep.
I don't
Get-
have a
get
modifier.
dex
It's the
check.
exact same. Yeah. I mean, it's. I can roll dex, but it's the exact same.
You just barely miss it. Like it's one of those you're like so confident you got your hand over and you grab it and all of a sudden it seems to just barely slip out of your hand as it still falls and hits the table.
Does it break? Does it make like attention come to us?
With the chatter and everything going on in the room, I'd say that, it's more like people kind of look over, see that, it's just a plate that got dropped and they kind of go back to what they're doing.
Okay.
It didn't seem like anything, too major.
I grab her by the like elbow and lean in and go, "What's wrong with you?" Like quietly but very clearly.
Feel fine now, but when I left my meeting with the warden, I couldn't do anything but what she told me, which was focus on work.
Damn it. What did she give up any vibe from you? Did she have you stare at a swinging clock, or was she holding a staff, or perhaps a scepter?
No, she was just there, sitting on that other side of her desk, and I was sitting there. She kind of waved at me to go back to work, and I did.
Jeremy, I can roll for this if you want, but can we just establish that this smells of sorcery to me and anybody else within like 100 miles would have heard that story?
I mean, if you want to assume that, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. And it looks like we're gonna have to avoid getting in the same room with her, at least one-on-one.
I did notice in the beginning that she had key ring on her with 7 keys.
7 keys could be significant. I managed to talk to 13. She seemed incredibly uninterested in being rescued. It was like I offered her day-old bread. She just did not seem able to give a flying fuck. And I let go of the elbow and kind of like sit a little more back, more straight. Let's not overdo our chances with that story just being told.
Plates drinks and everything, and I come sit down with y'all and eat. While I was in the infirmary, I got a tincture that'll make anybody sick. I only got one dose.
And we get more. Could we make enough to fuck with at least one shift?
I don't know, maybe it might be difficult to go unnoticed, but I think there were only 5 doses. Or were there 3 doses? Right.
Well, seems we're gonna have to get creative then.
With with Vince's, with Vince's medical check and her knowledge of being in there, being able to spend time around it, I'd say that, with her being there with you guys, she'd be able to pipe up and say that, that one vial is going to do a decent amount.
Yeah.
Questions is, do we make the prisoner sick or do we make the guards sick?
Maybe we just make one person sick and blackmail them. But let's hold on to it for now. We gotta talk with the others before we can start popping and locking anyway. There's no point going off half-cocked after all this.
Yeah, I think we should lay low for a while.
Mm.
And during this time, you guys kind of see the flames on the walls, which I'm only doing this for flavor, so it really doesn't mean too much. But you kind of see the flames, die down from the more reddish color they were, which is what I'm going to use as the notification that the, suspicion level is kind of going down in the jail.
So back at 2 instead of
So
3.
yeah, you guys are at 2 instead of 3 now.
Hi.
But that actually has no significance to like anything else other than flavor. Just as suspicion levels go up, the continual flames on the walls kind of get brighter, like a deeper red color. So they're just kind of lightening up a little bit as the, as the suspicion level kind of dies off.
I believe you said something to that effect when we started this whole thing.
I mean, possibly, but I don't remember, because it's not actually part of the system that they wrote. It was more of just a flavor that I wrote in of, hey, it kind of gives you guys a, if I look at the flames, can I tell what the suspicion level is? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow.
With that, you guys hear a commotion from outside of the mess hall. And you can kind of hear, guards' footsteps, running down the hallway, the clanking of the metal boots and everything as they are making their way somewhere. You're not sure where. And that's where we're going to end it.
Great.
Roger, Dodger. See you later, stream.